Okay, let's start with the first topic, Ansible Playbook task with the LSNTP model. There is the Ansible Playbook detail of this topic, and we can see the first line, the Ansible Playbook name is LSXE configuration, the host is LSXE, the connection method is local, and the gather facts is false. That means we will not gather facts when we run this playbook. Okay, the next one, SSID configuration with Meraki API. The question is, an engineer must enable an SSID in the Meraki network. Which request accomplishes this task? Hi everyone, welcome to 591 Lab. And this is the Cisco Certified DevNet Expert class. The certification number is 350901 DevCore. Firstly, I will introduce about 591 Lab. 591lab.com, produced as 591 Lab, is the top IT training and certification exam brand in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. Our mission at 591 Lab is to provide our clients with exceptional exam preparation experience for certifications in Cisco, Huawei, Aruba, Juniper, Palo Alto, and 49 exam tracks. Here is today's agenda. Firstly, I will introduce Ansible Playbook task with the IOSNTP model. I will cover how to use the Ansible model documentation. The second topic is SSID configuration with Cisco Meraki API. I will introduce in detail how to program using Cisco Meraki's API documentation and write the code in the question. Okay, let's start with the first topic, Ansible Playbook task with the LSNTP model. There is the Ansible Playbook detail of this topic, and we can see the first line, the Ansible Playbook name is LSXE configuration, the host is LSXE, the connection method is local, and the gather facts is false. That means we will not gather facts when we run this playbook. So the main task of this Ansible playbook is use IOSNTP model, and the provider will use a variable create, the server will be configuration, and the source interfaces will be configuration, and login is false. So there's a missing blank up here, and refer to the exhibit, which key value pair from the LSNTP Ansible model removes the NTP server pair. The option A is state absent, option B is state false, option C config absent, option D config false. So let's say the Ansible documentation. And we will find the Ansible Playbook reference for Cisco LSNTP at collection index in the collections in the Cisco namespace, Cisco LS. When we click this one, Cisco LS, and we will see this page. So we will find the LSNTP model here and click it. And we will find some parameters when we use this model. So you can't find the config parameters. So the option with state config is, I think, the option with config is wrong, and the option with state may be right. So when we say the parameter state, there are two choices. The first one is present. Present, that means we will configure it, confirm it, and we will run it. And the opposite one means we will roll back, we will delete it, we will remove it. So let's go back to the question. Here, firstly, we will animate the option C and option D because they use config. Config is not exist in the parameters. So and then we will say first one A is right, I think, because they use state absent. The requirement of this question is to remove the NTP server, so absent is the best one, I think. And option B is also not right because they use state but the parameter state with no option of false. So I think the correct answer of this question is A. Okay, the next one, SSID configuration with Meraki API. The question is, an engineer must enable an SSID in the Meraki network. Which request accomplishes this task? The first one, option A, is put networks, network use network ID, SSIDs use this SSID number, then use the parameter enabled equals true. The next option B is just the post one. The other part is as same as option A. As option C, use the method put, and the path is networks and network ID, SSIDs, then SSID number. They use the payload enable is true. The last one, option D, the method is post. The other part is as same as option C. So let's give some explain of this. These four options. AB is a group, I think, and CD is another group, because AB use this method and enabled use this method enabled, but the CD answer C answer D use this method with enable. I think use these parameters, this way of parameter, and also this way the payload of parameter is alright, but the difference is first one is enabled, then the C and D is enabled. Okay, the method is put, post, so we must to view to see about the API documentation of Meraki, and we will find the correct one. Here is the documentation, and you will find the API in the last version of API version 1, and in the API reference API, and then you will find it in product, and then wireless, and then config, and then SSIDs. Here you will find the current API is the update network wireless SSID. This is the API the question used. So this API firstly has the URI, networks, network IDs, and wireless SSIDs number, and the correct method, HTTP method is put, is not post. Yeah. So let's see the request body, and we will see the example body, and here there is state is enabled. Yes, the enabled. Is there any parameter with the name enable? No, I think no. Yeah. So this is the request body, and we will use this to update the network, so the parameter is enabled. So the correct answer is A. But for this question, I will show more about the detail of the code. I have written some code about the Meraki APIs, and I have a class of Meraki, and init magic function will import the request and user request to connect to the Meraki sandbox, and here is just the message we will use to connect the Meraki, and you will get your own sandbox here, and you will get your own sandbox here. If the Meraki small business and Meraki enterprise, there is some permit you will find here. And you will get your own Meraki sandbox here. Use the Meraki Small Business and the Meraki Enterprise if these two sandbox can be launched. But sometimes we just use the always open one. We can do our labs. Yeah, we can finish our labs. Here is the Meraki always on. This one. So we will get some information about here. Let's add a name password, and the most important one is a dashboard API. Use this dashboard API, you will connect the sandbox. Use the header with the header of authorization bear this key, and use the base URL is the API meraki.com API version 1. So I write two other functions to get the organization list, and this will get the organization from here. From here, yeah. Use this API configuration and organizations. Get organizations. Okay. Use this API, you will get all organizations with this account, and I collected these IDs, and this is organization ID, and then use this function get network wireless. In this function, I will use all the IDs, but it will run till organization IDs, so I just use the top 10. Use the top 10 ID and find the network IDs. I will use in the last one. This one. Get organization. Okay. Yeah. If we want to update network wireless access, we need two values. The first one is the network ID, so that means which network we want to update the wireless ID. The second one is the SSID's number. So this is which network and which SSID number. So we will change the state, or change the name, or change the password, change the authentication method, change other properties of this wireless SSID. And then we will get the two important value, and the first one we will get from here. In this function, we will firstly get every network ID, every organization ID, and to see the top 10. And for one of these top 10 ID, we will use the networks API to get the network ID. And for info of these networks, I will check it if the wireless method in the wireless value is in the list product types. It's here. I use this API. Platform config networks. Get organization network. Yeah. So we know the organization ID, and we will get all networks belong this organization, and we will get some message about here. This is a response body, and this is a important method I think I need. And the other thing is this network this network has the product types of wireless. Okay, so if the network don't have these product types with wireless, I think no SSIDs in this network. There's no need to collect SSIDs from here. So let's run it and see some effects of it. Okay. Firstly, get organization list. Secondly, get network wireless. Yeah. And finally, let's print this one. Print this down network wireless list, and then take more. Okay. Run it. You can see totally 152 IDs, so there's so many organizations, but some of it, I think that's just a test. No network IDs and no devices in it. So we just find the top 20. That's enough, I think. Okay. So we get many network IDs, and some of it we don't have the permit to modify the SSID of it, but the other one we can use it. And I've tried some of it and have a good network ID. Here is this one. So I don't need to find one. This one is good, I think. So I will use this one to write the other code. Okay. I'll put right here. You can try and find another one, but there's little network ID we have permit. I think Cisco leave to us. And then I will don't use this one, and write some new function. Continue to the code for this question. For this question, we firstly get SSID. We will need a function to get SSID, and this function will use the network ID, shortly for NID. So, copy this one, and just modify the API connection to SSID wireless. Okay. SSID. Get network wireless SSIDs. I think it's alright. To say what's the how many was the SSID and what they are in the network. And this. I use an ID. Okay. So if we get the info from this one, this SSID information, I will use the for loops to print some important method, because the date the market give us so large, it's so many messages in it, I think. But the important one is the number. Okay, number SSID number. Second one is name. Okay. The last one is enabled. You can try to update the other method, the other info you want. But for this question, we just use this one. Oh, see? We just use these ones. Enable the. Sorry. Here is a mistake. Okay, let's say how many SSIDs in this net ID. I'm done get SSIDs in this network. Net ID in this network. Try it. Okay. Number 0 is test network. Number 1, number 2, number 3 is not no name with it, and the test network enabled is true. So let's modify one of them. Let's try number 1. Unconfigured SSID 2. Enabled it first. Let's enable it. So I will write another function is change SSID self, use NID, use SSID. Okay. Firstly, I will also copy this one, and in this function, we will use the API put update network wireless SSID. This is the API our question used. Okay, copy this one. This is NID, and this is SSID number. I use SSID. And okay. So I will use the two methods to show our results. The first method is to use this one. Enable the equal true. Okay. Then we will put this method to Meraki and use the self-down and get SSID and ID to check it again. Firstly, the important thing is to print the down status code, because if you have no permission to modify it, and Meraki will return you the 403. Okay, the status code is 403. The normal code is the normal state code is, I think, the 200. Okay, change SSID. Run it. Okay, sorry. No. Night ID. And I will modify this one. I will change this one, number 1. So give a number 1. Use a string type 1. And this is the enable. This is status enabled is false. So I will change this one to true. And I will check it again. Yeah. I think my network is not very good to Meraki. And firstly, I need to note this one. Note this one. Okay. From here is the result we need. Firstly, we get the status code 200. That's from here. And the next one is from here. This is the result for get SSID. This state is changed to true. So I think this one is alright. This option is alright. I will use another option, another method for this option here is use the payload. Gives the parameter enabled true. Maybe change it back and give the other one is the other parameter name 591 left. Test. Okay. I will try to change the name for it, and when I run it, when I have to when I have run it, you will see the this is number 1, and the name will change to 591 lab, and the enabled will change to false. Will change to false again. Okay. No. There is a mistake. I will use JSON code payload to import the payload into the HTTP package, and then run it again. Oh, sorry. Okay, you will find the name change to 591 past, and the status is changed to false. So I think back to our question. I think use this URL method to import the parameters is right, and use the single parameters. I think is all right. But the parameter name is enable, not enable. If we change this one to enable, enable, yes, enable, and because I will change it back to true. If we use this, we will get some response. Okay, but you will see the result. You will see the result is the enabled is also false, not true. So this will be not useful for this example. I think the correct answer is A. All right. Thank you all for attending today's class at 591 Lab. We hope you found the material informative and helpful. Remember, practice is critical to mastering any new skill. So review the course content and keep practice with 591 Lab help and support. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact us. We appreciate your participation and look forward to seeing you in our future classes. Have a great day!